Have you ever felt like you just don't fit in? Like you were a fish who was allergic to water, or a bird who was afraid of heights? Well, let me tell you a story about a little bee named Barnaby, who had a problem that was, to say the least, a bit sticky. Barnaby lived in a bustling, happy hive, nestled high up in an old oak tree. From the moment he was born, he was surrounded by the sweet, golden aroma of honey. His brothers and sisters zipped in and out, their tiny legs dusted with yellow pollen, their bellies full of nectar. The hive was a symphony of buzzing and the delicious scent of everyone's hard work. But for Barnaby, it was a nightmare. You see, Barnaby was allergic to honey. Yes, a bee allergic to honey. Can you believe it? Every time he got near the stuff, his antennae would start to twitch uncontrollably. His little bee nose would get all stuffy, and his wings would feel heavy and weak. He'd sneeze tiny, high-pitched sneezes that sounded like little squeaks. It was embarrassing. While his friends and family feasted on the golden goodness they worked so hard to create, poor Barnaby had to sit in a corner, munching on plain, boring pollen patties. The other bees didn't mean to be unkind, but they just couldn't understand. "What's wrong with you, Barnaby?" they'd buzz. "Honey is the best thing in the world." Barnaby would just shrug his little bee shoulders, feeling lonelier than ever. He desperately wanted to be a normal bee, to enjoy the fruits of his labor like everyone else. He tried everything. He tried to hold his breath when he flew past the honeycombs. He even once tried wearing a tiny leaf as a mask. Nothing worked. One day, feeling particularly down, Barnaby flew far away from the hive. He didn't want to see or smell another drop of honey. He flew until his wings ached and finally landed on a strange-looking flower he had never seen before. It wasn't bright and colorful like the usual flowers. It was a pale, silvery white with delicate, bell-shaped petals. As he rested, a tiny drop of clear liquid trickled from the flower stem. Curious, Barnaby tasted it. It was amazing. It wasn't thick and sticky like honey. It was light, refreshing, and tasted like a cool summer morning. It was sweet, but in a completely different way. He felt a surge of energy he'd never experienced before. His wings felt light, and his antennae stopped twitching. For the first time in his life, he felt truly fantastic. Barnaby buzzed with excitement. He gathered as much of this magical liquid as he could and flew back to the hive. He was nervous, but he had to show the others. He found the queen bee, the wisest bee of all, and presented his discovery. The queen, intrigued, took a small sip. Her eyes widened. "Barnaby," she buzzed, her voice filled with wonder. "What is this?" Barnaby explained his allergy and his journey to find the strange, white flower. The queen and the other bees listened, fascinated. They had been so focused on honey that they had never thought to look for anything else. Barnaby's problem had led him to discover something new and wonderful for the entire hive. From that day on, things changed. The hive still made delicious honey, of course, but they also started collecting the clear, refreshing nectar from the moon petal flowers, as they came to be called. They named it Barnaby's Brew, and Barnaby was no longer the odd bee out. He was a hero. He led special expeditions to find more of these rare flowers, teaching other bees how to gather the special nectar. He finally had a purpose, a job that was uniquely his. Barnaby learned that sometimes, what makes you different is what makes you special. His allergy, which he once saw as a curse, turned out to be his greatest gift. It forced him to look beyond the ordinary and discover something extraordinary. So, if you ever feel like you don't quite fit in, remember Barnaby the bee. Your unique quirks might just be the key to discovering something wonderful, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed Barnaby's story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tales from the hive. See you next time.